it taught me not to strive for perfection in a relationship. In the contrary, it taught me to also to embrace the imperfections in the other person, and to be very compassionate that the other person also has its journey and fears. And once I realized this, then, it takes away a lot of blaming or the expectation towards the other. There's, for example, there are like,
okay.
I always go through 14 dating traps, for example, when you date. And one trap is the rescue trap. So you want the other person to rescue you in your life. But that's a trap because it's your own job. So basically learning that others also have fears and they do their best, and be compassionate about them. And one important thing I also want to share is don't expect the other person to make you happy. That's also why I think the happy heart, that's why I'm called the happy heart coach, because that's the start, right? So first have a happy heart and then have a happy relationship, not the other way around.
Right.
And so you could easily remember this by saying, instead of saying, I want you to make me happy, rather say, I am happy and I want to share my happiness with you.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a good, that always helped me myself.
And then it's easy to find dates. No. It's so, I mean, I'm being silly, but it's just when you see a person who's really happy in their heart, it's just easy to be around them.
Yes.
Easy to be friends. It's, right? You feel accepted by them. There's no pressure. There's no judgment. There's, it's just comfortable. And I guess that's what you're saying is if you're happy in your heart, you do all that work to be happy in your heart. Then when you find that relationship that's the match for you, it's just an easy next step.
Exactly. And the thing is, it's not that when you see someone happy, as you described it very well, then you think, well, no wonder this person is happy, he or she has everything she wants. But that's, again, the other way around. Because she's happy, she has everything she wants. Not because she has everything she wants, she's happy.
Yeah.
Many times I got that lesson when I met a happy person, but then afterwards I learned what this person went through, and then I was amazed. I thought, she's still so happy. And I realized happiness
in the heart. Yeah. And I imagine, like I know in your case, you made a big decision to leave a long-term relationship, and I can't imagine that was easy. And with your clients, I imagine some that happens, and then some decide to stay with their partner. So you shared with us a lot what happens when you have to make that decision, that big decision to go. But it's also can be a big decision to stay and be happy in your heart. Like, so what has your experience been with clients who make the big decision to stay?
Oh, yes. That's just really, really good point. So usually, making the big decision to stay, that is the best decision almost you can make. Not always, but it's in most of the cases, because that's when you start to work on yourself. Otherwise, it might be that you just, change the scenery, but it's too long, and then you repeat the patterns. And so making the decision to stay, if someone maybe wants to know when should I leave and when should I stay, my answer to this is when you can feel that the other person is willing also to develop themselves, then there's a potential. That's all it needs, basically.
Yeah.
And everything else can be worked on. And if one of the two just blocks every little development or willingness to grow and to maybe also, look into themselves, then that would be the moment to to leave. But otherwise, and like in most of the cases, there's lots of reasons to stay.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another book I really love, and it's called like Love Yourself and It Doesn't Matter Whom You Marry, which is very radical, of course. Yeah.
I guess so, eh? I guess but like you said, it depends if the other person wants to develop too, if they want to evolve, or if they want to stay with their fear.
Exactly, and if they want to evolve, then it gets really interesting, because we are the mirrors. The partner is the mirror for all our dark sides and
that's true, eh?
Yeah, and that's so interesting.